The claim for supremacy in the East will be determined in the final 2 weeks of the XFL season. Cardale Jones and the Defenders head to MetLife Stadium to take on Luis Perez and the Guardians of New York, with the winner becoming the sole possessor of first place in the Eastern Division. This game will help set the landscape for the playoffs in the East. Both teams desperately need this win to separate themselves from the pack. Week 2 was the last time these two teams met, and DC walked off in dominating fashion with the 27-0 game. The DC defense has been solid all season. Another big week from them here will surely propel them to victory. Since taking over the starting duties from Matt McGloin, Luis Perez has rallied the Guardians to be playoff contenders. Can his offense provide enough firepower to put them in a prime position? The playoffs are around the corner, but for these two teams, this game is just as important. Who will walk away with the victory today? DC Defenders, New York Guardians. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. The New York Guardians will receive the kickoff to start off this game. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bravo33, and this is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. The Guardians will start with the ball at the 2-yard line and run it all the way up to the 24-yard line to start off their drive. Luis Perez will come onto the field to see if he can get started early and as early as possible. If he cannot get started, then you know the Defenders just as well as I know the Defenders will get started, and it'll be a long game for New York. Luis Perez is under center. He has Pittman in the backfield. He is the deep man with one wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. He takes a quick drop back, rolls to the left, finds a man over the middle, and is incomplete as he drops the pass. Incomplete pass to Fitzsimmons, who had some trouble there corralling the pass. It was thrown right at his hands, and if it touches your hands, catch the damn ball. I've been saying that since week 6, since we took over for the broadcast duties of the XFL, and to see a man just drop the ball as he gets his hands on it is just sad. Nonetheless, shotgun set, 2 wide at the bottom of your screen. Perez is the sole man in the backfield. Here comes the rush by the Defenders, and it is right up the gut. He shakes off one man, rolls out to the right, and throws the ball away. He had the time. He had an opportunity, but instead he decided to just get rid of the football and fight another down. 3rd and 10 for the Guardians, and we are 1 down away from a 3-and-out and the start that New York did not want. We are only 14 seconds into this game, and it's looking bleak for the Guardians getting a first down here. Trips formation at the bottom of your screen. Pittman is the deep back. Perez is under center. Defenders look ready to defend the pass. There is the snap. Delayed blitz. It is a pass caught over the middle. Caught by Frizzell for a first down. I'm sorry, that was to Damon James, number 15, not number 19. But nonetheless, first down for the Guardians. That is what they needed to keep this ball on their side on offense. And there's a shot of Perez, the man who completed his first pass just a second ago. The Defenders come out with a big formation, looking they're going to stop the run. They have about 8 in the box. Are they going to run this ball here with Pittman? Here is the Guardians. No, they are looking to pass. Perez steps up. He's got a man deep. It is complete, and he is tackled down at the DC 38-yard line. Fantastic throw. Great catch by Joe Aness, who was tackled down by Mike Little, the free safety. He was the last line of defense. If he did not make that tackle, that would have been 6 for New York very early in this game. Still in a shotgun set for New York. He has 2 backs flanked to the side of him. Perez is dropping back. He is looking downfield. Plenty of time. Thrown to the left side of the field. Caught and inbounds. Great throw there. Randall Parks with the snag. One hell of a throw by Perez. And since he has taken over for Matt McGloin, who went down with an injury, New York has not looked any better. They've done enough to be at 5-3. They are tied for first place. A win here will put them into sole possession of first place, something that they need, a very big morale boost going into the 10th week of the season, the final week of the season. There's a snap, handoff to Pittman. Pittman's got a little space, hurdles over a man, tackled down by 2 defenders of the Defenders. 2nd and 3 at the DC 16. This is the kind of drive they needed to start this ball game as we are approaching 8 minutes to go in the game.
2nd and 2.
They're back in the gun. It seems like that is the formation that seems to be working for them. 2 wide, bottom of your screen. There is Perez. He is looking over the middle. Complete pass. His man is leveled, but not before getting the first down. That was Woodard on the reception. Good grab. I mean, way to hold on to it. The way he took that hit there, I thought he was going to get the ball jarred loose. Mike Little is playing angry football. He wanted to take it out on Woodard, and he did, but unfortunately he wasn't able to knock the ball loose. 1st and goal at the DC 8. Can they put up 6 here? Hopefully they get 6 instead of 3 because everybody wants a touchdown over a field goal. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. There is the snap, deep drop back for Perez. He's hit as he's thrown. That forces the ball to go low. Instead of hitting him in the numbers, it hit him down near the knee pads. Incomplete pass. 2nd and goal at the DC 8-yard line.
Second and goal from the Desperados, 8-yard line.
I formation. No tight end here on this play. There is the snap. Perez is looking. He throws to the right on an out route. They rule it complete for a 5-yard gain. 3rd and goal. The Guardians have come out clicking. The first 2 downs didn't look too good in this drive, but since then, they have been moving the ball consistently downfield. They are 3 yards away from pay dirt. This is a big down here.
This kind of pickup should be no problem for us.
Perez is oozing confidence, as you heard him in the huddle there with the field pass. Can they get they needed to go end zone, so can they get a touchdown here on this play? If not, they'll probably be kicking it up for 3. There is the snap. Perez is looking. He steps up, and he is sacked from behind. That is a loss of 1 yard. Big stop by the defenders there. That means they will bring out the kick team to put it up for 3. That is the bend but don't break defense of the defenders that we've been talking about all season. When they needed a huge stop, they got it from their defensive line. They picked up a sack. It is now 4th and goal, and he is coming on out, and the kicker for the Guardians will look to see if he can put 3 on the board. There is the snap. It is low. Good hold by the holder there. Kick is up. Kick is good. New York strikes first. They are up 3-0. Can Cardale Jones have just as good as a drive as Perez and company did there? And can they match him and put up either 3 or 6 on this drive, on their first drive of the game? Knowing the defenders and how well they play, if they get good field position here, they're going to have a hard time stopping them. Willie Washington is the deep man awaiting this kickoff. There is the boot. It's a good one. He receives it down at his own 3-yard line, brings it out past the 20, tries to kick away from a man, gets to the 25-yard line. Decent return by Willie Washington. Cardale Jones and this defender's offense will start at their own 25-yard line. Can Cardale Jones not call the right plays, but can he make the right plays, execute the plays precisely to get into New York territory and pick up 6 here? I formation. There is the snap. Cardale takes a quick drop back, rolls to his right. Great throw there. He thread the needle there. I mean, his man was leaning out of bounds to try and make that catch. He threw it only where Barry could receive it. He caught the ball. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. What a throw. Oh, but right as I said it, the New York coach was all set with that and said, you know what, we're challenging it. Let's see what's going on. Now let's see exactly what the referees are seeing in the replay booth. I mean, it seemed complete to me. Oh, he had the 2 feet in. Oh, yeah, he was good. You only need 1 in the XFL, but he made sure 2 were in, caught the ball as he was leaning out of bounds.
After review, the play stands. The pass was complete. The catch was made prior to going out of bounds.
Yeah, that one was a no-brainer.
Will be charged with a timeout. Second down.
It's a tough break for the Guardians as the New York fans here at MetLife Stadium are letting the referees have
We
it.
only need a couple here. So let's buckle down, guys.
You cannot fault them for that. I mean, that was a great call to begin with, and all the challenge did there was confirm it. Offset eye, everybody is up and close. This is looking like a run play for Tyler Pittman. This is a Pittman versus Pittman battle in the backfield. There is the snap, handoff to Tyler Pittman. Pittman lowers his shoulder, picks up the first down, and is tackled down at the 38-yard line. Solid run there by Pittman. They needed to pick up a first down there to keep the drive alive, and with 6 minutes to go, they have a 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
1st and 10.
Now this DC offense has looked good all season. They've been able to put up lots of points here. New York is a very defensive team. They don't put up much, but they've always found ways to get points enough to pick up wins. I mean, the last time they were out here on the field, they were down 9-3 for the majority of the game against the Battlehawks in a game that's probably going to be very important in the tiebreaker rules because everybody on the Eastern Division is in tight when it comes to records. And they were able to squeak away a victory 10-9 with a late touchdown from Perez. It was the only touchdown of that game. So now here they are up 3-0. Cardale Jones looking comfortable under center. Decides to change up the play a bit. Looks like he's calling some hot routes. There is the snap. It's actually a handoff to Pittman. Tackled from behind. 3rd and 1. The forward momentum propelled him closer to the first down. We have a 3rd and 1. And if it's me, I'm handing this ball off to Pittman again. And if they're up tight, which looks like New York is, they seem to be ready for the handoff, I'd probably go play action here. They have what looks like 10 in the box. And it's another handoff to Pittman. Pittman gets stopped before he can get past the line of scrimmage. Fantastic defense by the Guardians. Brandon Griffin with the stop there. He meets him before he can get past the line of scrimmage. It is a 4th and 2 for the defenders, and they will punt this ball away. Oh, actually, the defenders are going for it. I formation there under center. Are they going to do the bluff play here? It seems like they're going to try and call a bluff. I don't think they're actually going to snap this ball. I'm not falling for it anymore. I think for the past 3 weeks, I've fallen for it every single time. They were going for the bluff. Nothing worked out there. I feel like it's a little early to be doing that. You just used a timeout early in the first quarter. We're only at 4 minutes to go. 6 minutes have gone off the clock so far. For you to run that kind of play and then burn a timeout, it's very early to do that. Punt this ball away. Play good defense. And make sure you pin them deep. That's exactly what you want to do here on this one. There is a shot of Tony Law. He's got a big situation here. If he can pin them deep, they could possibly pick up a safety or even play better field position so they can get a better score on their next drive. There's the punt. It is a high one. It is picked up. He is picked up at about the 12-yard line, and he gets 2 before he gets a little bit of shoulder love. All I can say on that one is good catch, Casey Walker, because as soon as you caught it, you got bodied. And it seems like Eddie Blackwell was injured on the play. Let's see if we can get a little more on him in a little bit.
1st and 10 from your Gladiators, 14-yard line.
I formation for the New York Guardians. The defenders are showing blitz. They've got 8 in the box. It seems like they are going to try and stop this run, but it is a pass to an out route. One-hand snag, but he only picks up a yard. Flashy catch, 1-yard reception. Kari Redmond on the reception there. I cannot hate that he made such a good catch, but unfortunately, it's only for a yard, so it's flashy for no reason at all. 2nd and 9 for the Guardians at their own 15-yard line. This is going to be a long drive if they're able to convert this one. Luis Perez is under center. Barry Pittman is the deep back, not Tyler. Tyler's for the defenders. He is stopped in the backfield. Loss of yardage there. 3rd and 11. They're going backwards the way they don't want to go. This spells well for DC. If they can make another stop here, this will be a punt from almost inside of the New York 10-yard line, which is going to lead for good field position for the defenders' offense. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Luis Perez is back. He pumps fakes. He's got a little bit of time, steps up, ducks under a man. He decides to run. He's not fleet of foot, and he gets put on his back for a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 4th and 8. Good effort by Perez there. I mean, he made a man miss, tried to step up and make a throw. That's what you call a good coverage.
Come on, let's swarm this guy.
So out comes the Guardians punter on 4th and 8. He is almost in his own end zone. He will be punting from the 1-yard line. The defender's deep man for the punt return is none other than Waswa Edmonds, number 28. Let's see if he can get a little wiggle room and try and get closer into New York territory. It is received at the 42-yard line, and he's tackled down at the 47. A gain of 5 here in the XFL on the LLGN. That is not a bad return at all, and this is the type of drives that allowed DC to put up buku points against their opponents. A couple weeks ago, they were starting on average around their own 40-yard line. The short field allowed Cardale to go to work. Let's see if it can happen here. At their own 47-yard line, Cardale Jones in the I formation, 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. It is a throw, great toss, great grab by Berry. Tackled down at the 37-yard line as he was midair. What a way to hold on to it before he was hit. Good throw by Cardale. He put it where only his receiver can get it. He high points the ball. Wrapped up and brought down at the 37-yard line by John Sale, the free safety. Good snag there. 1st and 10 for the DC defenders. Now, Cardale is now in the gun. He's got Tyler Pittman flanked to his right side. What are they going to do here? There is the snap. They are looking to pass. Pressure coming in from the right. What a nonchalant throw there. He makes it look easy. When Cardale Jones looks like he's out there just playing catch with his receivers, that is when DC is the most dangerous. That one was to Barry Jenkins on the outside towards the sideline. Makes it look easy. Complete pass. And now they are at the 17-yard line inside of New York's red zone with under 2 minutes to go in this quarter. Can they put up 6 here? If not, can they tie this game up? I formation, 1 wide receiver to the top of your screen. There is the snap. Cardale is looking. He is run out of time. Tackled for a sack. 2nd and 15. Good stop by Jerome Murray, the outside linebacker for the Guardians. That was such a poor effort by the right tackle. I mean, look at him. He stand up. His back is straight. He was able to get underneath and pick up the sack there with his fellow defensive lineman, Curtis Little. So I think they're going to share that sack. They'll each get a half a sack there. Smart play call by the coaching staff of the defenders. They're now putting Cardale in the gun. They don't want to go back any further than they already did. There is the snap. Cardale's got some time looking over the middle. Caught. He gets to run upfield. Barry picks up a good amount of yardage back. Good stat line so far. 3 catches, 34 yards. And on that catch, he brings it to 3rd and 6. A manageable 3rd down. Let's see if they can convert here. I wouldn't want to try and tie this game up. You had great field position. You want to get a score here before the quarter's over. We've got 47 seconds to go in the first. Under center is Cardale Jones. He takes a deep drop back. Another toss over the middle. Caught. Hit as he receives the ball there. Willie Washington on the grab. 1st and goal for the defenders at the 5-yard line. There's 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. You've got to believe that Cardale and company are going to be able to punch it in. Pittman had a hell of a game for the defenders last week. He's got to have a repeat performance here to make this game a whole lot easier for DC. I formation. Cardale's under center. There's the snap. It is a toss play to Pittman. Pittman lowers his shoulder. Picks up a solid 2 yards there, 2nd and goal, and that will end off the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And that'll do it for the first quarter. A solid game so far from both teams. It is a 3-0 game in favor of New York. but DC is knocking on the door of the end zone. Can they punch it in?
Watch out for the play action!
Or are they going to have to settle for 3? The Guardians look like they are showing blitz. There is the delayed handoff to Pittman. Pittman leans forward. He falls right over the goal line. Touchdown, defenders. What a drive. Fantastic drive there. Fantastic finish by Pittman because he's hit at about the 2-yard line and muscles his way forward to pick up 6 for his team. Now DC has the lead. It is 6-3 as we are just getting started here in the second quarter.
Rosa is back for the point after. McDaniel will hold the kick.
Pending this kick, they will have a 4-point lead. There is the snap. Good hold. Good kick. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-3 ball game in favor of DC.
Don't it, boys?
Cardale is oozing confidence there, even talking a lot of smack from the sideline. One of the key perks of the XFL and the Last Life Gaming Network is our field pass. A lot of the guys down there are mic'd up. You'll hear them constantly throughout the game. If you are just joining us, my name is Bravo33. I am the commentator for the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. The DC Defenders are up 7-3, and with a win here, they will be in sole possession of first place, which will be perfect going into Week 10 football. If you missed out on the Thursday night game, be sure to go back in the archives.
We want to be in this game. Let's keep plugging away.
Be sure to go back into the archives. It was a hell of a game. The Dallas Renegades upset the Houston Roughnecks. Landry Jones, who had that tough game where he threw the ball out of bounds on 4th and 4 a few weeks ago, totally redeemed himself, throwing his way to 99 yards in the final minute of the game to propel his team to victory over the Roughnecks 25-24. The Roughnecks have now lost their second game in a row after starting off 7-0. They lost to the Wildcats and that upset victory over the Renegades. And today this will be our only game of the Saturday night, the Saturday games altogether. Tomorrow we will have Tampa Bay take on St. Louis at the Dome, and the Sunday night game, the Seattle Dragons and the LA Wildcats will do battle. If LA can win there, then the Dallas win at Houston will be for nothing, as LA will wrap up the second spot in the West, and we will have a Houston-LA matchup in the semifinals for the playoffs. 3rd and 5 for the Guardians. Can they convert here? Perez is in the gun with 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. You're just under 9 minutes to go in the half. There is the snap. Perez is throwing downfield. He had a man. Tight coverage there. Good stop by the defenders. And they will have to punt this ball away. Fitzsimmons was the target. I mean, that was a decent throw. He threw it right on his break. But the corner, I believe that was Edmonds. I believe that was Waswa Edmonds there. If not, it could have been Kevin Lane, the corner. He made a good stop there in his zone. And now we have 4th and 5, and New York is going to punt this ball away.
Oh yeah, punter. I'm coming. I'm blocking this.
There is the snap, and there's the punt. It is a high one. Lots of hang time on this one. Edmonds is the deep man, and he goes nowhere as usual. I mean, you guys have to be used to it by now. The 24-yard line is where Cardale and company will start. Can they pick up another touchdown here to take a 14-3 lead, or will they pick up 3, or will they punt it away?
Weak draw. Break.
So they called. Cardale just called gun split spread weak draw. It'll be a shotgun set for him. This ball is going to go to Pittman on the draw. It looks like New York is there to defend the pass, so this play just might work to get them a lot of yardage here. There's the snap. It is the delay to Pittman. He picks up a good amount of yards after he gets skinny. Takes 2 men to bring him down. 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5 for the defenders.
6 yards on the play.
If Pittman can continue to run this ball the way he has so far this first half, he will provide great support for Jones. He will alleviate pressure off of him, and it will force the New York Guardians to come up and try and stop that, which will lead to play action passes and deep throws downfield. I formation. Cardale is changing up the play a bit, takes a quick drop back, quick slant pass to his receiver. Caught, great snag. Cardale Jones has not even thrown an incomplete pass yet. Look at that stat line. 7 for 7 for 81 yards. That is the kind of start you want if you are a Defenders fan. If you're a Guardians fan, you don't want to see stuff like that, but hey, Cardale is playing amazing football at the right time. He had a little up and down season. He had a good 2 weeks, then he had a bad 3 weeks, then he was going back and forth. He won the Jones versus Jones Bowl a few weeks ago, and since then, he's been playing very well. There he is in the shotgun set, what he was used to at Ohio State. There's the snap, another delayed handoff to Pittman, who lowers his shoulder and is met by 2 Guardian defenders. Stopped at the 44-yard line from forward progression. 2nd and 8 for the Defenders. If you're going forward, if you're picking up any yardage other than negative yards, then you're doing something right.
2nd and 8 from the Desperado, 44-yard.
The Guardians are in their base 4-3 set, 7 in the box. They're shifting over. No pressure brought, only by their offensive lineman. Dumped off to Pittman by Jones. He goes nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. We now have a 3rd and long. DC is at their own 44-yard line. They do not want this drive to stall out here. If they can pick up the first down, they'll be in prime position to get a score.
All out here. Break.
3rd and 8 from
Sounds like they called quads all stop. Let's see if they will have these guys running hitch routes. They're going to have to do it about 9 yards so they can pick up this first down. Let's see what happens here. Jones under center takes the snap. It is a quick one. Oh, they have a slant over the head of a Guardian defender. Complete to Barry, who has caught the ball 5 times on 5 targets. Solid throw. That was very accurate. Right over his head. He couldn't make a stop. Tough break for Phil Redmond, the middle linebacker, who thought he was going to make a play there. Solid throw. Solid throw by Cardale Jones. 1st and 10 for the Defenders.
Let's go, D-back! Let's go! Rip!
There is the snap. It is a handoff to Pittman, who gets a great block. Sprung loose. He is past the 20-yard line, deep into the red zone of the Guardians. Great run. My man got a hell of a block from what looks like it was his fullback, Tyrone Carpenter, who is never afraid to lower the boom. Let's check it out on replay. Carpenter puts a defensive back on his cheeks to propel Pittman. That's like a tongue twister. To propel Pittman past the first down. 1st and 10 for the DC Defenders. We're steadily approaching the halfway mark of this quarter. We'll have 5:30 left to go in the half. Cardale Jones is under center. This looks like they are going to get a huge score here. Handoff to Pittman once again. He has been playing solid football these last 2 weeks.
5 on the play.
Oh, actually, that wasn't to Pittman. It looks like it was to the back up there. That is Larry Dunn. Pittman needed a breather there. Larry Dunn on the run there, and he picks up 4 yards. 2nd and 6. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Can Cardale put up more points before halftime? There's the snap. He takes a deep drop back. He is looking over to the left. Caught at the back of the end zone. Toe drag swag. Touchdown Defenders. It is a 13-3 ball game, and the Defenders are in the driver's seat. What a throw. What a catch. That is 2 catches by Barry that has been incredible. On the sideline, they thought it was out of bounds. They tried to challenge it, and it was clear-cut that he had 2 feet in when you only need 1, and that was very similar, except this time it was the back of the end zone, and he made it look easy. As long as Cardale puts it in the vicinity, Barry's going to get his feet in bounds, and he's going to snag that ball for either a first down or for 6. This time it was for 6. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14-3 ball game in favor of the Defenders, and this is the type of game you wanted to see out of you DC fans. With a win here, DC will be sitting at 6-3. they will have won the season series against the Guardians, which should lock them in as the #1 seed if the St. Louis Battlehawks do not win against the Tampa Bay Vipers. There's the kick. It is corralled at the 8-yard line. Oh, he's got a little space, but he is tackled at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Luis Perez is going to have to respond. If they do not respond here before the half is over, we'll be looking at a 14-3 ball game going into halftime. DC gets the ball at half, so you gotta.
This is the big one right here, boys. Straight open 50XA post. Let's do it.
You've got to believe that the New York offensive coordinator is going to want to get some points here. They call the pass play. I mean, as you see, they are empty in the formation. They've got one tight end to the top of your screen and 2 wide receivers flanked on each side. There is the snap. Drop back for Perez. He tries to escape a little, gets rid of the ball. Incomplete pass. It seemed a little rushed. It was a rush pass. Wasn't able to really get some zip on the ball. It kind of sailed on him. Joey Ramirez, the middle linebacker for the defenders, was able to break up that pass. 2nd and 10 for the Guardians.
2nd and 10.
Just talking some playoff scenario. If the Guardians win here, they go into first place, but then there'll be a whole lot of tiebreakers going on here. If the Vipers defeat the Battlehawks will be under 500 yet again, and they will be on the outside looking in, trying to get a playoff spot. There's Perez. He is looking. There is a toss to their running back, Pittman, who goes just back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. So what you're watching here, Week 9, is a possible playoff matchup. It will be the 3rd time the Defenders and the Guardians will play each other. If that is possible, my guess is it's going to be the Defenders going to the XFL Championship. I mean, when you beat a team 27-0 and you're up at right now 14-3, it's kind of tough to believe. And there is a sack by DC. This defense is turning it up a notch, and Luis Perez is sitting on his butt just a little longer there. He's like, hey, somebody gonna help me up? Somebody gonna pick me up or something? You guys gotta do something. I mean, the offensive lineman just sat there and watched the defender come right on in and put him on his back. Luis Perez has got to be a little pissed off right now. He's saying, come on, give me some time. Let me make some moves. But he's going to have to wait for another drive in order to do that. 4th and 17. The Guardians will punt this ball away. Let's see if Edmonds can get more than just 2 yards on this one. It is a deep punt. That is one hell of a punt. Tries to spin away. Gets to the 27-yard line. I mean, they were inside their own 30, and he punted it to the other side of the field, where DC is now on the inside of their 30-yard line. Only difference is, coming out is Cardale Jones, a man who has looked poised in the pocket all night long, or all day long. Empty backfield. Cardale Jones is under center. The Guardians look like they are coming with press coverage. There is the snap. Cardale is looking over the middle. Incomplete pass right at the logo. That is the first incomplete pass for DC. It only took till 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half for them to throw an incomplete pass. So far, so good. They've got an 11-point lead. They are in control, in the driver's seat. Just exactly what they need here. I mean, in all honesty, DC, in my opinion, is the favorites to represent the East in the playoffs, in that XFL championship game. As far as who they will play, I'm at a toss-up between Houston and LA. Both teams have played well late. LA's been playing well late. They've won 4 games in a row. They take on Seattle on Sunday night, and most possibly they'll pick up their 5th win in a row. They are riding the wave. They are the hottest team in the XFL right now, and Houston, who was the hottest team with 7 straight wins, have lost 2 in a row. So anything can happen inside the playoffs. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We still got 1 more week of XFL football to go. That'll absolutely set the landscape and lock in those spots for the playoffs. Only 4 teams out of the 8 make the playoffs, and it's going to be one exciting week of football come week 10. Cardale Jones is sacked back to the 17-yard line. Good defense there by the Guardians. They need to get a score with less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. If they don't pick up any points, they're going to be on the outside looking in for a very long time. There is the snap. The punt is away. It is picked up by Casey Walker. He calls a fair catch. You can't blame him there. You're inside of DC's 50-yard line. They didn't get enough to really fathom returning the ball. You're already inside their territory. You don't need to do anything else. Risk a fumble. All New York has to do here is just play smart football, execute, and get some points. Even 3 at this point will be all right. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. There's the snap. Hand off to Pittman. Pittman is met right at the line. None of that is happening here. 2nd and 10. I mean, look at the matchup. So I guess both teams are running Tyler Pittmans. I thought there was 2 Pittmans. One was Barry, one was Tyler, but like I said, this is the XFL. We are running it off of the All-Pro Football 2K8 engine on the Xbox 360. They do not allow you to adjust the names of the other players unless you created them. So just like we had that Bowman situation for punters, Tyler Pittman is running for both sides of the ball. Just picture Tyler Pittman with jerseys for both teams. Just uniforms, cleats, everything. That man's a fast changer. Superman fast. Single back formation for the New York Guardians, Tyler Pittman. Perez is under center. DC looks like they're coming with a blitz. No, it is a bluff for a zone. He's got a man on the left side of the field. It is caught. He fights forward. Almost picks up a first down. 3rd and 1 for the Guardians. I formation for the New York Guardians. Single receiver at the bottom of your screen. There's the snap. It is a handoff to Pittman, who picks up the first down. 1st and 10. The Guardians are looking good here on this drive with a minute to go in this first half. They've got to get, like I said, they've got to get points here. They've got to continue to move this football, get into field goal range, and get 3 up on the board. Deep drop back from Perez. Finds a man on the outside. Good ball, good execution. Great catch there by Frizzell. He was able to get the catch and get out of bounds, so they save a timeout for the Guardians. 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Guardians are going to have to do some good work here in order to get some points. Empty backfield for Perez. He's the only man back there. Defenders are creeping up, trying to make a play. There's the snap. Perez drops back. He's looking, and he runs right into a DC defensive lineman. Sacked. That is not the way they want to go. Now they are out of field goal range.
Get rid of that thing quicker next time.
Outside of field goal range. Tough break for the Guardians. Can they convert here?
You ain't playing like yourself today. We need to pick it up. I need some help, man. I can't do it by myself.
If they pick up this first down here, they will be right back where they want to be. 47 seconds left in this first half. Perez is in the gun. It is another empty backfield. Trips formation at the top of your screen. 5 seconds on the play clock. There is the snap. Perez is looking downfield. He's got a man to the left side and left of the hashes. Decent gain there. 4th and 3. This will be a 48-yard attempt for the kicker, who's running onto the field without a helmet. I mean, what's he... Granted, they called a timeout. It was their last timeout of the half. But, dude, if you're going to go kick the ball, go put your helmet on. What the hell's wrong with you? Mark Blake is the holder. He will await the snap. 14 seconds to go on the play clock. Can he convert this here? There's the snap. Good hold. Good boot. Kick is up. Kick is good. I mean, he could have kicked that from his own 40-yard line and probably still made that. Plenty of air on that one. Hell of a kick. Good accuracy right down the pike. It is a 14-6 ball game. And now it is a one-possession game. New York has got plenty of time to try to tie this up in the second half. They just got to play good football and not allow anything to happen in these last 37 seconds. If I'm DC, you've got 2 timeouts. You've got a dynamic receiver who can stretch this field. I'm taking my chances to go and try and pick up as many points as possible. But that was one hell of a kick. The man almost had to sky for it to bring it down. Good grab by Willie Washington. He just downs it, says, "Screw this. We're gonna take it at the 20. We're not gonna take any chances." Now, I was saying what I was saying, pending the fact that they would get some good field position on the kick return. I mean, they're still gonna take a shot here. They're in the shotgun set. It might be just a delayed handoff to Pittman. There is the snap. No, Cardale is looking downfield. He makes a throw to Berry, middle of the field. He picks up about 10, second and inches. They're not stopping the clock here. They're letting this clock tick, so that might be it for the half. 20 seconds to go. Let's see what they do here.
You heard the man.
Second and inches from the Desperado, 30-yard line.
I mean, if I'm the defenders, I'm not even snapping this ball here. There's no point. They snap it with the second to go. It's a handoff, and all you get is a loss of yardage and a lot of momentum for the Guardians, who get a field goal and a pretty meaningless stop. But again, that's going to boost morale going into halftime. Here we go. It is halftime, 14-6 in favor of the defenders. Please enjoy this halftime show brought to you by Onslaught Multimedia, the creators of the Blast podcast. Good first half for both teams. DC has been able to put the ball in the end zone 2 times, while the Guardians have put up field goals 2 times. It is an 8-point game in favor of the defenders, who will have this ball here to start in the second half. It is a 14-6 ball game. Plenty of football to go. They've got 20 more minutes of football. The Guardians have plenty of time to try and make something happen and tie this ball game up. Willie Washington will bring it out, gets leveled at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cardale Jones and company. If I am DC, you're in the driver's seat. I would try to get this ball to Pittman more. I would force the Guardians to come up to try and make some stops. Tyler Pittman of the defenders has been playing well so far to start off this game. He had a decent first half. Now they're in a shotgun set. They might be looking for pass again here. 2 wide, bottom of your screen. Cardale's looking to throw. He finds a man over the middle who goes the absolute wrong way. I mean, I don't know where the hell Randall Parks was going, but he's lucky they gave him forward progress. As soon as he caught the ball, he started running back towards the line of scrimmage, and he was tackled. If he just stayed where he was, it would have been at least a 4 or 5 yard gain. Nonetheless, 2nd and 10, offset I formation. This is normally a run formation, and the Guardians see it. Hand off to Pittman, who goes nowhere. I mean, they had like 10 in the box. I mean, as a quarterback, Cardale's got to be like, wait a minute, I've got to call something different here. This team is ready for this run. They've clearly studied film. They've played us before. They might know exactly what we're running here, and that is exactly what the Guardians did. They knew exactly what was going on, and they were able to stop it there. Now they've spread the ball out. They spread the line out. There is the snap. We have a flag on the play. Cardale shakes off one sack. Cannot get away from another, but there is a penalty. Let's see what they call here.
Offsides, number 96, defense, 12-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Now, what was a good stop for the Guardians winds up being null and void as the defensive lineman got caught offsides. Tough break for the Guardians.
This is the big one right here, boys. Punch 50, Z deep post. Let's do it. Break.
3rd and 8 for DC, and they've got plenty of plays in the playbook for this scenario. They're calling a deep post bunch formation. I expect Barry to be the deep post man. Let's see what happens here. There's the snap. Cardale takes a deep drop back. He's got a man deep. It is caught by Barry. Surprise, surprise. Tackled down at the 40-yard line. He eclipses. We're going to go with eclipses the 100-yard mark with that catch there. 8 catches, 116 yards. Can anybody stop this man? I mean, he's been playing solid football all season. Another big gain for DC on that one. 1st and 10 at the New York 41. Can Cardale and company get a touchdown here and spread this lead even further? There's a snap in the offset eye. It is caught over the middle. Looks like it was caught by the tight end, Ebenezer Conrad. He is a sleeper player as he's there having a little chat with the man who just tackled him. Ebenezer Conrad's a big boy. He's not afraid.
Let's move him back. I don't want to see that kicker come out here.
He's not afraid to pick up the tough gains, catch the tough passes across the middle. And that is why he's been a key asset to this offense. I formation. We call this I twins left. There is a toss play to Pittman. New York is ready for him. Loss of 2 on that one. 3rd and 3 at the 33 for the DC defenders. Whole lot of threes going on there.
We're shutting you down, baby. You can't move the ball.
Just over 7 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. DC is in the driver's seat. Shotgun set. Pittman is flanked to Cardale's right. It is another delayed handoff. He tries to get some space. Attempts to stiff arm. To no avail. Another good stop by the Guardians. Brandon Griffin, who was jaw-jacking right before on that field pass, has the awareness to see that Pittman was trying to bounce outside. Stops him. It is now 4th and 4. It looks like they're not going to attempt a 52-yard field goal. Instead, they will bring out Tony Law to try and pin them deep. Can Tony Law be an accurate punter here? Either coffin corner them or allow one of his gunners to get downfield. There is the snap. Punt is towards the corner. Good punt. Whoa. I've never seen a gunner dive out of bounds to down the football. But there you go. He helped get that ball out of bounds. I've seen crazier things in the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. That one was a first. 1st and 10 for Luis Perez and company at the 6-yard line. They're going to have to go 94 yards to try and tie this game up, or at least cut it to 1. It is a handoff to New York's Tyler Pittman. He is wrestled down before a gain of 3. He has not been playing well. He is the Tyler Pittman at the top portion of the stat line there. He's only had 14 yards, and we are, I would say, 24 minutes into this football game. We're at the 6-minute mark in the 3rd. He has not been productive, and a non-productive game out of Pittman means that Perez is going to be forced to make some throws, and that's not where you want to put Pittman in. There's the snap. He is sacked. I swear his lineman just decided to say, you know what? I'm done blocking for this down. Go ahead. Go right on in. I mean, that's ridiculous. You've got to make a better effort there. I mean, that was the defensive lineman, interior lineman that got in there and made the sack. You've got to be kidding me. These guards have got to do a better job. Bunch formation, top of your screen. This is a toss play to Pittman. Okay. 3rd and long, and you're running a toss play?
No gain on the play.
New York Guardians are sitting at 5 and 3. There's a lot of times they could possibly 6 and 2, or 7-1, but some of these boneheaded calls by the offensive coordinator has been situations like this. Their punter is in the back of the end zone near the line. This is a bad snap. This could easily be a safety. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It is not. It is a punt that is just skied high, and the DC defenders are deep in New York territory. I mean, that was probably a net punt of 29 yards. Waswa Edmonds could let the ball bounce for 10 more, and they'd still be in DC territory. This has got to be an easy score here for DC. They don't have to do anything really. A couple runs by Pittman will put them in field goal range. So if they don't even pick up the first down, they could just boot it up and be up 17-6. There is the snap. Cardale Jones takes the deep drop back. He's got a little pressure, throws it as he's hit. Pittman gets smacked immediately, wasn't able to move around there. Loss of 4 on there. Good stop by the Guardians, 2nd and 14. Clinton Kidd, the corner for the Guardians, had the wherewithal to see that Pittman was the dump. I think if Cardale was able to put more zip on it, if he didn't get hit as he was thrown, Pittman might have had a better chance. But those are the circumstances they were played with. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14 for the defenders. Shotgun set. Cardale's got backs flanked to his left and right. What is he going to do here? There is the snap. He drops back. Pressure coming from the right-hand side. He throws it, almost picked off, tipped away by the same man, Clinton Kidd. 2 good stops on back-to-back downs by Kidd. Cardale had all the time in the world. Pressure was coming from the right. If he just slid over to his left, he would have had more time to try and find an open man. He went to Barry, who was running an out route. Good defensive stop by Kidd. 3rd and 14. If they don't pick up any yards here, I don't see them trying to kick a 55-yarder.
Team over there.
The 55-yarder is a routine NFL kick. Not even this day and age. Couldn't call it routine. In the XFL, I don't think there's too many kickers that can make that kick. Cardale is looking downfield. Another hit as he is thrown. It hits one of the linemen in the chest. Imagine if he caught that and took it the other way for about 60 yards for a touchdown. That would have been a huge defensive stop. Nonetheless, 4th and 14. What looked like a promising drive for the defenders just goes by the wayside. It turns into just a 4-yard loss on 3 downs, and they're punting this ball away. That's sad for the defenders fans. DC fans, I know you're probably screaming at the TV now, like, why are we not moving this ball? We should have a bigger lead against the Guardians. We are the better team in the East. Another solid punt. Wow, Tony Law is playing great as a punter here for the defenders. That is the 2nd punt in a row that he has pinned Perez and company at the 6-yard line. Will it be a repeat performance where you wind up seeing the Guardians punter all the way in the back of his end zone punt this ball away? Or can New York make something happen here with 4 minutes to go in the third and try to pick up some points at least? Hey, another 3 would be fine to be a 14-9 game. There's a snap, handoff to Pittman. Pittman lowers his shoulder, picks up about 4. Good start. Great start to this drive here. Under 4 minutes to go. New York's still, they have plenty of time. It's an 8-point game, 1 possession. That's a touchdown, 2-point conversion. Plenty of time to go in this game. They have nothing, no need to panic. Time is not against them. I formation. Single wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. That looks like Redmond. It is a snap. He has to get rid of the ball pretty quickly. Pittman shakes off one man. Can't get away from the other 2. 3rd and 3 for the Pittmans. For the Pittmans. That makes sense. For the Guardians. 3rd and 3. Perez is going to have to will his troops here to convert on this 3rd down conversion.
13-yarder.
Two wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, single back formation. The DC defenders are shifting their defense. There is a handoff to Pittman. He's got lots of room. Picks up the first, shakes off one man, tackled down at the 22-yard line. That has to be New York's Pittman's best run so far of this game. I think he's still under 30 yards rushing. Neither team has gone crazy. Hell of a block. I mean, that block there, I believe that was the wide receiver. Hell of a block by Robert Woodard. That is what allowed Pittman to spring loose and get that first down. If he doesn't get that block, he's stopped before the first down, and they're punting his ball away. They're now at the 22-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go. Shotgun set, trips formation at the bottom of your screen. There is the snap. He's got a little time, finds a man on the out route. Wow. Mackenzie Frizzell, wide open. Ball hits him in the hands. Look, he's running with his head down. You know what you did, Frizzell. You should be disappointed in yourself. Incomplete pass. Passes like those are what kill a team's momentum. That would easily have been 2nd and 3, and they're looking at an easy gain on second down. Instead, 2nd and 10. Trips formation at the top of the screen this time. Perez is dropping back, looks at an out route again, but his man is tackled right as soon as he catches it. 3rd and 9. Edmonds with the tackle there. Woodard, who made that good block for Pittman a couple downs ago, was awarded with the pass reception, but he's only good for 1 yard. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Perez is under center, takes the snap. He's got some options downfield. Looking at a man near the hash marks. It is caught. 1st and 10 for the defenders. It is another catch by Kari Redmond. That is the 4th catch of the day for the Guardians. Redmond is the #1 receiver for the Guardians. He's doing good so far. 4 catches, 42 yards. Tried to juke away late there, but he was picked up as soon as he caught it. I mean, nobody's been able to touch Barry in this game at least. He's one of the top receivers for the defenders. Nonetheless, shotgun set. Looks like they are in pretty much max protection. There is the snap for Perez. Perez sidearms it. Inaccurate throw. He seemed like he was a little bit under duress, so he decided to throw it quickly. Tried to sidearm the ball to Redmond. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for New York. Now, if you are just joining us, this is the XFL.
This is the call. 50-50X, opposite flow. Got it? Good. Break.
You are watching the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. It is a 14-6 ball game. The DC Defenders are up 8. They had a solid first half. Neither team has been able to score in this quarter alone. We have 1:30 left to go in the third. In black are the Guardians. There is Perez, the quarterback, who drops back, finds a man over the middle, tackled down at the back end of the logo. 3rd and 7 for the Guardians. Another 3rd down, another long conversion attempt. Will they be able to make this happen? Hopefully they don't run another toss play to Pittman, because if they do, I'm out of here. I'm done for the day. I'm rage quitting. I'm turning the screen off. I want nothing to do with this. Of course, there's no back in the backfield, so it's a guaranteed pass. Snap to Perez, who throws the ball. Incomplete pass to Woodard, who I just sung his praises a few downs ago. He was falling as he was attempting to catch the pass. Looks like he lost his footing as he turned there. Bounces off his hands. That's a tough break. I mean, right off his hands. Off his hands and off his chest. If he catches that ball, that's a first down inside of DC, at least close to DC territory. But now they're going to have to punt this ball away, and DC will definitely have this football going into the fourth quarter.
I'm gonna touch you down all day.
There is the punt. It is up. It is a high one. Fair catch called by Waswa Edmonds.
No return on the play. Ball will be placed.
Smart play there. 21-yard line is where they'll start. Again, they've been sitting in the driver's seat damn near pretty much this whole game. They were down 3-0 early in this game, and then they scored 14 unanswered, and they've been in the lead ever since. It's a low-scoring game. Both teams have been playing good defense. Both teams have been able to move the ball, but not put up a lot of points. I formation for the DC Defenders. They are there in white. Hand off to Pittman. Pittman lowers his shoulder, lowers the boom, picks up 5 yards. Out of the Pittmans, he is the better one of the two. 38 yards on the day so far. He could be doing better, but pretty decent for the Defenders. I mean, Cardale has been killing through the air. If Pittman can put up some kind of run support like he has been, they've got nothing to worry about. I mean, the scoreboard proves it. 14-6 lead. Snap, another handoff. It's a counter to Pittman, who bounces to the outside, nearly gets the first down there. Another solid run. 3rd and 1 for the defenders. That should probably wrap up this third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that will do it for the third quarter. And like we always say around this time, throw those fours up, throw them up, throw them up, throw them up. 8-point lead for the DC defenders, 14-6. They've scored the first 14 points in the first half. They hadn't had to score since. Their defense has been holding up. Offset I formation. You've got to believe this ball's going to Pittman. Toss play to the left. He picks up a first down as he bounces to the outside. Tackled down by the numbers on the left side of the field. Slow to get up, but he looks like to get a little bit of life support from his fullback fullback Carpenter. Carpenter is a fullback's fullback. He's a man's man, not looking to get points, not looking to score, not flashy, just wants to lower his shoulder and smack you in the mouth. That is the type of fullback that some of these teams need, and it works well for DC. 9.5 to go in this game. It is a toss to Berry, who gets the ball again right behind the linebacker. That is the second time that they went right behind Redmond and were able to pick up a first down. I mean, Redmond, what are you doing in that zone? All you had to do was stick a hand out there. The other time it was over your head. This time it was over your shoulder. 1st and 10 for the defenders. They're moving the ball in the right direction. There's a shot of Berry, who's shaking his head, looking at how far sagged off these defenders are. Hand off to Pittman. Maybe he was shaking his head as, man, why are they running this ball? Give me the damn ball. That's probably what Berry was shaking his head about. Nonetheless, hand off to Pittman. Redmond makes up for it there. Gets the stop. 2nd and 9 at the DC 47.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Can they make some moves here to pick up some points? I mean, they can. It looks like at this point they're just milking the clock. They're in no rush. They're running these close formations. This is an offset I. Another handoff to Pittman, who tries to lower the shoulder but gets a little bit of shoulder love of his own. He is tackled down in midfield. 3rd and 7. Good stop by Griffin there. I'm telling you, the way this game is going, DC can continue to just run this football. They're going to have to throw here to convert as they come out in the trip formation. 3 guys at the top of your screen. There is the snap. Cardale is looking, rolling right, tackled in the backfield, down for a sack. Big stop by the Guardians there. They needed that stop. Without it, I'm sure Cardale finds a man over the first down line and they would have converted. But nonetheless, they are going to have to punt this ball away, and New York will have yet another chance to try and get points on this board. They've had plenty of chances here since this second half has started. The entire third quarter, they went scoreless. So is DC, but DC can go scoreless for the rest of this game, and if New York goes scoreless, that's a win for DC. There is the punt. It's just a high one. Doesn't go far. Very high, 4.1 on the hang time scale there. And there's nowhere to go. Down at the 30-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go. Just like I said earlier, they've got plenty of time. They don't need to rush. Perez is pretty calm and poised. Former quarterback of the AAF's Birmingham Iron. I believe he was one of the best quarterbacks in that league. Takes over for the injured Matt McGloin. McGloin is healthy and ready. He is the man. He's on the sideline holding the clipboard now as we speak. But since Perez has taken over the starting duties, the New York Guardians have been a better football team, and right now they are in playoff contention. I can't say that would be the same thing if McGloin was in. Now, they are one of the few teams to go and stay with the backup. The Tampa Bay Vipers were going with Cornelius, and they weren't able to get that many wins with Cornelius. Aaron Murray is back at the helm for Tampa Bay. They will play early tomorrow. I believe they are the 3 o'clock game. They will take on Jordan Teyamo and the St. Louis Battlehawks. And they can play spoiler. They've been eliminated from the playoffs, but they can play spoiler and ruin the Battlehawks' playoff chances. Because if DC wins here, again, they'll be 6-3. The New York Guardians will be sitting at 5-4. If St. Louis wins that game, they will be at 5-4, and it'll be a whole lot of tiebreakers going on. If Tampa Bay defeats the Battlehawks, DC has clinched the #1 seed, and there's no way that anyone else can take that away from them in the Eastern Division. And just like that, I mean, that whole playoff scenario I broke down, New York is looking at 4th and 5, and they're going to have to punt this ball away again. They haven't been playing the right football since the first half. The first half was a way better half for them. The second half, they've gone scoreless. They have not really been able to move the football with ease. DC's been the one moving the football. New York has just been playing decent enough defense to get them off. There is a snap nearly blocked. Another high one, another one deep into DC territory. I mean, that has been the saving grace for New York. Every time they're deep in their own territory, they've been able to pretty much punt it over 50 yards to pin DC deep. I believe that was the trouble I believe Tampa Bay was having with DC a couple weeks ago. When they were punting the ball was just sailing, and DC was starting with excellent field position. This is the complete opposite. They are at their own 18-yard line with 6:09 to go. There is the snap. Cardale takes a quick drop back. Again, hit as he is thrown. Deflected away by Redmond. Redmond must have heard me, how I was talking smack about his coverage skills. He said, hey, peep this, Bravo. I'm going to knock this ball away, and I'm going to make you talk about something else. 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line for DC.
2nd and 10.
We have 6 minutes to go in the game. And right now, if I'm DC, scoring the touchdown has not been going their way. 8 points is a good enough lead. Keep running this ball. Allow the clock to tick. But here they go again. A sidearm throw from Cardale Jones. Pass is caught, but it's caught by Berry as he goes out of bounds. So the clock stops again. If he stays in bounds or if they run the ball, this clock is ticking. And they are looking a few minutes closer to victory. Trips formation at the bottom of your screen for the DC defenders. Single back in the backfield. That is Tyler Pittman. New York brings the rush. There's the delayed blitz. He steps up. Cardale finds a man downfield. Lowers his shoulder. Gets the first down. 1st and 10 for the DC defenders. Just when they need the big downs, the big gains, they always seem to find Berry or Jenkins or Washington for a huge gain. Even Ebenezer Conrad. I mean, these guys have been playing very well so far today. They've done just enough to maintain their lead. I believe DC's playing pretty conservative. They're not trying to take chances downfield. They're just playing their brand of football. They got a lead, and they're not looking to get any more scores, it seems like. 5:30 to go in the game. Another handoff to Pittman. These are the type of plays you need to continue to let this clock tick, 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 tick away. 2nd and 9 for the DC defenders. We are almost at the halfway mark of this 4th quarter. We'll have 5 minutes to go in this game. It is looking pretty bleak now for the Guardians. If the DC defenders get into their territory with under 5 to go, it'll not be a good start for them. And I was talking about Carpenter not being a guy who wants the football. In the offset eye, he takes the handoff and picks up a solid 6 yards. Even hurdles over a man. I mean, I wish the guys in the truck would listen to me. We needed a replay on that one. Unsung heroes like the offensive linemen and guys like Tyrone Carpenter need a little love. Come on, guys in the truck. Shotgun set. 2 backs flanked to the right and left of him. Carpenter's the big man. Does he get the ball again? Oh, that one was to Pittman. I'm sorry. It looks like they had 2. They did have Pittman. He was the bottom man on that flank. It was a handoff to Pittman. And I would say it got the job done that they wanted done. If I'm DC, I'm letting that play clock tick away to at least 5 seconds left and give New York less than 4 minutes to go to try and pick up a score. Now, Perez has shown poise late in the game. They played St. Louis and was able to pick up a 1-point victory, 10-9. So you cannot say that you can count the Guardians out just yet. If there's still time on the clock, they still have enough time to try and get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game up. But now they're definitely in 4-down territory with 4 minutes to go. And if they score, they're going to have to go for 2. There's no chance of going for 1 and playing good defense or whatnot. They're going to have to go for 2 here. But before they do any of that, they've got to get way further than being at their own 16-yard line. Standard I formation, 1990s football formation. Tossed by Perez. It is caught downfield by Frizzell. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. The fans of MetLife are now finally on their feet as that clock ticks away. He was not able to get out of bounds. Pretty much looks like he just runs a corner route. Some people call it a flag. It is the opposite of a post. Perez finds him where only he can fit the ball. Good toss, good catch. 1st and 10 with 3:30 to go in the game. There's the snap. Perez is looking downfield. Tosses it to his left off his back foot. That was a tough throw. Great job to get it off under pressure, but he wasn't able to go nowhere. I believe that was to the fullback. That is funny, to Tyrone Carpenter. The similar backfields for both of these teams. There's a snap. It goes to Pittman. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They are running a hurry-up, but they are not executing the plays correctly. They're at 3rd and 15 at their own 40-yard line. This drive might stall. There's a snap. Perez is dropping back. Max protection. Throws the ball. Middle of the field. Almost picked off. 4th and 15. You've got to believe they're going to go for it.
Baby. Desire.
Let's go. Your Gladiators are back to punt. Edmonds is deep to
4th and 15. They're going to punt this ball away. Under 3 to go. They're going to punt this ball away. Granted, they have all 3 of their timeouts, so I can understand. They're going to want to play field position football here. This punter's been doing a great job of getting this ball all the way downfield. It is another good punt, but it was almost able to be downed at the 1-yard line. That would have been big because the safety there would have made it a 14-8 ball game, and then a touchdown would have possibly put them up 15-14. But football, if you're an old school guy like I am, football is a game of inches, and they lost the game of inches there. 1st and 10 for DC at their own 20-yard line. Now all DC has to do is run this ball out. New York is aware. They bring 8. They stop Pittman right at the line. 2nd and 10 at their own 20. Good stop. Great defense by Jerome Murray to not allow Pittman to go any further than where he got. 2nd and 10 for the defenders, but most importantly, that clock's ticking. All they'll have to do is run one more play, and if they can get enough yardage, they'll be at the 2-minute warning with a 3rd and short looking to convert a 1st down. Maybe they can even pick up a 1st down here. I formation, single receiver at the bottom of your screen. That is Berry. Pittman is the deep back. Look for him to get the ball on a handoff here. There it is. He tries to bounce to the outside. None of that is happening here. And we are at the 2-minute warning. The Pittman versus Pittman war has been very mediocre, very underwhelming. But nonetheless, DC is up 14-6 still. That was our score at halftime. Nobody has scored in this second half. It has been a defensive battle in the second half.
How's that poison taste, huh? How's it taste?
Neither team has been able to put any points up. And I don't know how Clinton Kidd could talk all that smack to Barry when Barry has had his number all day. Snap, a handoff to Pittman. New York has been forced to use their first timeout with 1:57 to go. And still, even this late in the game, if Tony Law can get a decent punt here, he can try to pin them into their own territory well within it, maybe inside their own 35. But New York still has a chance here. I mean, I'm thinking of Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance. 8-point game. Less than 2 minutes to go. I've seen crazier things. If you saw the Thursday night game, an 8-point game is not impossible. The Dallas Renegades were down by 12 with 5 minutes to go in the game, and they rallied back to win it with an incredible drive in the last minute of the game. So can New York repeat this performance and pick up a well-needed touchdown here? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. If they are able to get it, I mean, this is great field position. They're at their own 48-yard line. I believe it's possible with 1:49 to go and 2 timeouts. Perez drops back. He is looking over the middle of the field. Deep toss. Great defense by the defenders. Rich Killian on the deflection. If Killian does not make that stop, we are looking at a touchdown for the Guardians. He was the last line of defense there through the air. 1:44 to go.
Don't hold anything back. I need everything you got.
Perez, as you heard there in the huddle, is trying to rally his troops to give them every bit of them that they can. Now is the time for it. 3 wide receiver set, single back in the backfield. Perez is under center. There is the snap. Perez drops back. He is looking. Another toss over the middle. Nearly picked off. It is picked off on that play. They are running it back to the 40-yard line. He's got one man to beat. Incredible interception. I believe that was Mike Little on the pick.
Big pick.
You've got to believe that will do it. It was the corner, Jesse Graham. You've got to believe that will be the ball game there. Tough break for the Guardians and all their fans here at MetLife Stadium. The defenders have been playing solid defense all year, and they came up with an interception at the right time. With 1:33 here, they just need to pick up 1 first down and then down it for the rest of the game, and that'll be it. Shotgun set for the defenders. It looks like they might be looking to pass. It is a counter-delayed handoff. Pittman takes it, goes nowhere, loses a yard. 2nd and 11. And the New York Guardians take their second timeout of the half with 1:30 to go. So now they look like they're in a formation where they're going to run this ball again. I form, single receiver to the left. It is a toss play to Pittman on the other side. He gets a great block. He springs loose down to the 10-yard line. Last timeout for the Guardians. And now, normally I would say punch it in, get your points. But now another good block by Carpenter. Carpenter is one of the best fullbacks in this league. And he shows you right there by springing Pittman loose on a hell of a block. Puts his man on his cheeks. It takes, I believe, Murray to make the stop. I think that'll do it. 1:23 to go. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Too much. Don't do him anything.
Shad Marlborough is trying to keep the morale up. But there's DC in the V formation. They're not going to take any chances here. Because if you run this ball some more, you pass it, you risk a turnover. It's totally unnecessary. Just down this ball. This late in the season, you don't want to do anything dumb that's going to jeopardize your playoff seeding. So with that being said, speaking of playoff seeding, the DC defenders, pending any foolery here within this last minute,
Protect our end zone. Nobody crosses that goal line.
will move up to 6-3. That will give them a playoff spot. Definitely. They've clinched a playoff berth. Will they be number 1? Not too sure. It all depends. Actually, yeah, they will get the number 1 seed because the only team that can catch them in wins is the New York Guardians, and they've beaten the Guardians twice. So DC has locked in the number 1 seed. They will be playing at home in the Eastern Division semifinals. That will be big. This was a big win for them. They play week 10. I believe they'll be on the road. They will be on the road against St. Louis. St. Louis will need that win more than DC does. DC, again, they clinched the number 1 seed in the East. Congratulations to them. There is the snap. That is the final play of this game as the clock ticks to 0. Congratulations again to the DC defenders. 14-6 ball game. No points scored in the second half, but none was needed. Just a lot of good defense, as you'll see on the highlights here. Brought to you by Onslaught Multimedia, the creators of the Blast podcast. your player of the game, again, is Raymond Berry, your Onslaught Multimedia player of the game. 11 catches, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. The man played like an absolute beast today, made the right plays, great catches, propels his team to the #1 spot in the playoffs. Congratulations to the DC Defenders. New York Guardians are going to need a little help from Tampa Bay. They will take on the St. Louis Battlehawks at 12 p.m. tomorrow. That is 12 p.m. Eastern Time. At 6 p.m., the Seattle Dragons will travel to LA. If LA wins, Dallas is out, and we will have the Western Division set. This is the XFL on the Last Life Gaming Network. Thank you for watching.